T-Boys TV. We are back again with another T-Boy Discusses. And in this one today, it's not great. I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. There are two bits of news I've got for you guys today. The first one is coming from RS Report, which is obviously a QPR page. They say Charlie Kelman is leaving QPR to join Charlton Athletic on a permanent deal. Fee expected to be a good size based on QPR's minimum selling price. Exact amount not yet known. So, obviously, there was the rumours that Luton put a bid in. I'm hearing, I don't know how true it is, but I'm hearing we put in 800k. I mean, for a top scorer in League One, I don't really think that's great, to be fair. But it looks like Charlton will be getting him, and Charlton frustrating the Luton fans again. Obviously, they've got a lot of our players, former players now, of course, and now they're getting a striker we wanted. But yeah, I am gutted, but I can't blame him, for wanting that move. You can't. It's a better league at the end of the day. And it shows the mess we put ourselves in last season. And it's coming back to bite us in the arse. We've done a few good signings. Saville, Naismith coming back. Obviously, Keeley being the standout so far, and he might come the end of the window the way things are going. But yeah, it is frustrating. It is frustrating because, there was rumours that it was between us and Charlotte FC. And, you'd have thought we'd have a heavy chance there. But Charlton had just went in, obviously put in what QPR want for him, and stuff that will determine Kelman to go. And that is literally what has happened there. And again, it'll be interesting to see how he does. Obviously, like I say, top scorer in League One. It'll be interesting to see how he does a step up in the Championship. But yeah, do let me know what you guys do make of this news. And then the other thing, it's not so great, and I can see fans' frustration on this, and I'll get into it. So, a rumour, sources local to Gillingham are suggesting that Luton have sent a bid worth 500k for Gillingham forward Joseph. I don't even know how to say his surname. I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. The striker scored 3 times in 34 appearances, 18 starts, 1,791 minutes to be exact, last season in League 2. Now, I'm not going to be critical of the player himself because I'll be honest, I haven't seen enough of him, and things like that to really judge him. However, I can understand fans' frustration. We've been linked to players like El Hamadi, Charlie Kelman, even Nathan Lowe. Now we're getting linked with someone that's unknown. It is frustrating because we know as fans we need to get that number 9 because, like I've said, the strikers, Woodrow, not good enough. Nordas is doing better, but you can't guarantee that he's going to get you 20 plus goals. Wells, again, very good player. He's 35 though. He's not going to be playing week upon week. And it is a frustrating link because we've seen even with youth players, Pebble, even Harris, even though Harris ain't officially gone, it's just on loan. You've seen these youngsters come in, you think they're going to get a chance, and they don't. I can totally understand why fans are frustrated. And if we're being totally honest, guys, it's not been, a great time, since we've got Keelan, because think of stuff that's happened this week. Obviously, Hakeem has come out that he's got something that's outside of football that's going to affect him for a while. So he's going to be out for a while. But the sounds of it, obviously, I do hope for a speedy recovery as fast as possible for him. That come out. Obviously, now this link, we're not getting Kelman. Even today, I mean, I'll be honest, I'm going to the game, lucky enough for me, but I see the Tottenham game is £10. That is a joke. Like I say, they shouldn't even be charging anything for friendlies. I thought £5 was steep, but they've jumped it up to 10, and that is just a disgrace. I mean, again, like I say, I'm going to be there, lucky enough, so, at least I won't have to be paying that, but I feel sorry for everyone that does, because that is an absolute joke. So yeah, that's come out on top of that. 3 injuries during the, 2 major injuries, and, obviously Anderson come off, that's not as bad, but still, Mengi, who we'd have looked to try and sell, he's got injured, so he ain't going nowhere. Johnson, who we feel is going to play more, definitely feature, probably not start as much as, some people may suggest, but he'll still have a massive part to play this season, especially in the trophy and all that stuff. Who, by the way, last night come out, Pelly Ruddock went to Cambridge. Now, we could very well see him in that competition. Obviously, they are in our group, so it'll be interesting. But yeah, it's just been a bit of a disappointing one. Like I say, since we've got Keeley in. We still need a striker, guys. We still need a striker. I mean, I can look everywhere else on the pitch and have a bit of confidence. As much as, like I've said, we got all these defensive injuries. We have got quite a lot of defenders. Midfield, we're stacked, especially for League One. But up front, we still need a striker. Yeah, and if we don't end up with a striker or we panic buy, and we pay too much for, like we did for McGuinness, let's be honest. Yes, he's come good and stuff, but we paid way over the odds for him. And I could see that being a desperation and a need that Luton will feel that they need to do with a striker at this rate. I mean, it's frustrating because, like I say, I can totally understand fans' frustration and there is a bit of a divide in the fan base again due to this news, and I can totally see it because how can you go from Kelman, Lowe, El Hamadi to this guy, like, respectfully? And again, I don't want to be critical of this guy because he might actually be good, but I don't know, the signs don't look good, do they? 3 goals in League Two, like, come on now, like, that's just not good, is it? Like, we're looking at a top scorer in League One, now we're looking at someone who can barely score in League flipping 2, like, come on, like, I can understand the fans' frustration, and it is annoying. It is annoying because tomorrow's our last friendly. Then we go into that AFC Wimbledon game, which I don't think is going to be easy. A lot of people thinking we'll win comfortably. I don't think it'll be a comfortable win if we do win. I think they'll give us a right game. And because it's first game of the season, first game in the whole EFL, I can see there being goals. Maybe not as many goals, but similar to when our first game back in the Championship, when we played Middlesbrough, that 3-3 draw. I can see goals, that similar sort of game, not as many goals, I'll say, but, that type of game. So I'm not going to underestimate them, and we just need a striker. We get a striker in, and I'll be a lot more confident, but I can totally understand frustrations. It's really not great. And again, the pre-seasons look much better, especially compared to last year. There is positives, but you see, even against a National League side in Southend, we need a striker. I mean, Luton putting out Clinical from Cooley. I could have flipping scored that. Do you know what I'm saying? It's come on. Like, stop gassing up rubbish. Like, Nordas, I'm confident he'll do well this year, but I can't sit here and be confident that he's going to get me up to 20 goals or more, which we need. Wells is 35. He might have to play as much at this point, but I don't want him to. I want him to, help Nordas and obviously chip in, get goals himself. But yeah, we need that. We need that vocal point, guys, because, you look at the other strikers as well. Elijah's out long term. Brown's going to be out for a while as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, come on. Where is that? Like, you can maybe argue Wells is a Morris replacement, but you need someone else now. We need someone else that's going to guarantee to get them goals. And I'm not being funny. This guy is not going to do that. But if we've sent a bid worth 500k, I mean, I was looking. Apparently he's worth about 87 million. Apparently. So if we put 500k in and buy what a lot of Gillingham fans are saying, they bite your hand off for that. So I can't be convinced, guys, because, like I say, 3 goals in League Two, and also the fact, that... Oh, mate, I can't even be asked. Do you know what I mean? I'm absolutely fuming. Like, 3 League Two goals, yeah? And the fact of just our history with strikers. I don't know what to say anymore. It's really... it's not great. It's not great. And yes, I believe we'll get goals from elsewhere, which could help us. Like, I believe Clark will get a few... I believe Clark can get about 10 goals next year. I really do. I think he got about 6 this year. Bear in mind how bad we were. But there is good signs, guys. There is, but you need that vocal point, like, because what will happen is we'll be toothless in a lot of games. If we don't get a striker, we'll be toothless in a lot of games, and I can see us coming out of a lot of games and being disappointed because so-and-so didn't score, in a vital chance. And, even if we did have Elijah, fully fit, raring to go, you see last year, he couldn't hit a barn door half the time. And this type of injury, I mean, players don't really come back the same. So I'm not even confident when he comes back, if I'm going to be totally honest, that he's going to just hit the ground running and we're going to be chilling. I can't see it, guys. But yeah, that is my thoughts on that. But yeah, again, let me know your thoughts on Charlie Kelman. All set by the looks of it to be going to Charlton. Do let me know your thoughts on this link to the Luton'S striker. And yeah, smash a like, subscribe, follow me across all my socials, subscribe to the extra channel. And yeah, I will see you guys in a bit. So yeah, until then, take care, peace.